As a realtor based in Sarasota, my job isn't only about helping my clients buy and sell their homes. I'm also responsible for knowing the best places to suit their lifestyle and entertainment needs. One of the fan favorites for SRQ locals is an early drink in the sun that costs a little less. I'm here to seek out and highlight the best deals our city has to offer. Welcome to Sarasota Happy Hour. Helene. Milton. Two hurricanes that struck Sarasota within a matter of weeks, creating flooding, destruction, and devastation. Homes were destroyed, and businesses were ravaged. Sarasota is strong. The recovery has been difficult, but our community is resilient. I recently had the opportunity to sit down with Chip White, owner of Blase Cafe and Pie Craft Beer and Spirits, along with his manager, Rebecca Jackson. This is their story.
Chip, I appreciate you sitting down with me. I've been wanting to come down to Siesta and just see the recovery, see it for my own eyes. Now, for yourself, as a business owner, I can't imagine what everyone has been through from top to bottom.
Sure.
Whether it's ownership on your end or just down to the staff, whether that's cleanup or their jobs and just their livelihood. All that. So walk me through before Helene and then out of Helene, opening back up, going into Milton, Milton hits, cleaning up again.
Yeah.
Kind of take me through that emotional roller coaster.
Thanks again for coming out here and doing this, because it's obviously going to be great, it's not just for Blase Cafe and Pie Pizza, but really for the Siesta Village in general, just to get the word out that things are doing well and back to it. So thank you for having me out here.
My pleasure.
When you're from Florida, I'm from Fort Myers and Sarasota, you're used to, hurricanes passing by Florida and not having an impact. So going into it, when you don't have any idea what's about to come and you're not expecting anything, you're not ready for anything, and then boom, you get the storm surge. Immediately, I just think about employees, and not just myself, but other people's employees. I've great friends around here. Employees are always number one on my mind. Calling everybody, making sure everybody was okay, and then how can we help? And it just was really, really devastating to see the effects all over Siesta Key. And we just did the best we could to reach out to employees, reach out to anybody around the area, and just to help out where we could.
When you showed up day one after Helene, what were your thoughts?
The devastation out here was wild. Driving onto the Key and passing everybody's homes was already sad and was just tough to think about. What am I walking into at work? Are we going to still have a building? Are we still going to be able to reopen? Are things going to be salvageable? Things like that. We got very lucky with the staff that we have, because honestly, it was, for lack of a better way to put it, it was a show out here. There was debris everywhere. The sludge that came up onto the deck in the parking lot from the water was just absolutely wild. Everybody was very concerned that we weren't going to be able to reopen, but we did it. And it was hard, but we did it.
You go through Helene, you clean up, you open back up. I remember speaking to you briefly, hey, let's sit down and talk about Helene. Then Milton comes.
Then Milton came.
Tell me about that feeling.
Everybody was terrified. I think what brought that fear in a heavier state was the fact that, it was coming directly at us, and we got hit directly with the eye. We saw the damage that Helene did out here, and we didn't get the direct hit. It was just, the outskirts of everything. So everybody was very concerned.
Knowing that there was another named storm possibility, then that's when reality hits of, this might happen again.
The difference between the two storms, was there either one that was worse? Helene as bad as Milton, vice versa, in your
There is
opinion?
absolutely a difference. I mean, Helene was by far, you know, you can build to sustain winds, you know, but you can't build to sustain floods. Yeah, Helene the flooding was really just devastating out here.
It was hard to get out onto the key for the first day or two after Milton. So nobody knew what we were walking into. What's absolutely wild is we got so lucky with Milton. With being hit with the eye, it was so much better than it was with Helene. We basically just waited for power and water to come back on, and we hit the outsides and everything with a good deep clean, and then we were able to reopen within 5 days. It was a huge, huge blessing to be able to come out and see our building still standing.
Siesta Key, obviously named #1 beach in the country several times. What does opening do as far as the morale, not just for your establishment, but for the entire village and the Key in itself?
Restaurants and bars typically are kind of the place that subconsciously it's kind of our responsibility to do the best we can to open so people can have that respite from what they just had to deal with. All of us in the village did a really nice job of just trying to get open as quickly as possible. I noticed, when we did open fairly quickly, having people that were here, even though there might have been only 15 people or so, but they're like, man, this is really, really nice that this is available for us after, 10 plus hours in the blazing sun doing this, and we can actually sit back, have a beer, have a pizza, and listen to some live music.
It was a hell of a ride being closed, and having all of our staff here putting in hard hours and getting this place cleaned up to be able to get back to slinging drinks and serving the best pizza on the Key. Everybody really came together and put their best foot forward to get us back to where we are now.
What would your message be to everyone out there right now?
There's going to be some cleanup. There's going to be, some debris that you're going to see, but it's still, as you spoke of earlier, it's #1 beach in the country for a reason. And it's still like that with the beaches opening up. And I would say, do not hesitate to come out at any point in time. We are open. We are plenty of places to stay, and we're ready to serve. We look forward to serving and seeing everybody, hopefully this season.
I know it's been a tough recovery. We'll all get through it as a community, and I hope everybody just starts piling back in for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Chip. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.